Let's take a minute to hear a word from our sponsor for this week's Ag Report, Elite Tire.
Elite Tire and Automotive. Ever have one of those days you just need a little hand? Well, with our remote services, we'll just hop right on it. Get you back on the road quick and easy. With automotive services to cover all your mechanical needs. Need that state inspection done? Well, we can do that too. So roll on in and see a friendly face. Give us a call and we can be right on the spot to assist you. So trust the friendly folks down at Elite Tire and Automotive, 972-775-1055.
Now let's join our host, John Paul Dineen, in the studio with this week's Ag Report.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to this week's Ag Report. So this week we're going to talk about your food dollar and the rising cost of food. And I couldn't think of a better place to talk about food and you investing your dollar into the food that you buy than the farmer's market. I live in Waxahachie, and so I'm at the Waxahachie Farmers Market. You know, these places are where you can get your staple food items, vegetables, bread, milk, pork, beef, all of those staple items that you're looking for, eggs. These vendors down here have these things for you. So let me talk to you a little bit about the rising cost of food and going and purchasing that food. It is a real thing that is happening. I can't just give you well, this is the reason, oh, we've had a drought and that's the reason, or, oh, we've had this and that's the reason. It is a broad question with a broad answer, very hard to answer. But basically, here's the gist of it. We've been living in a pandemic for the last year and some odd months, something like that. That has really changed everything across the globe, okay? Across the world. It has changed the workforce. It has changed how many people are working anymore, how many people that are not working. You've got countries and businesses that are closed or working at half capacity because of COVID restrictions, things like that. And it has really changed the world that we live in. It has changed the cost of everything that we use in our lives. And so that has basically trickled down to your food, whether you're talking about vegetables or you're talking about beef or pork or eggs, anything like that. So folks are having trouble finding labor, okay? Labor is costing a lot more per hour to hire people to work if you can find them to work. I have friends that have local dump truck service that are offering $25 an hour to drive a dump truck around town, and they can't get help. I have talked to people in meat processing facilities that are offering $30 an hour for labor in the meat processing, and they can't get help in there. So it is a real thing. When folks are having to pay $25 and $30 an hour for labor for basic, work that needs to be done, that immediately drives up the cost of anything. And just like in our food, our fertilizer costs a lot more now. Any herbicides or pesticides that we use cost a lot more and are a lot harder to get a hold of because of the supply. There aren't as many people working. They're not able to keep up with production. Vegetables are costing more, not only because of labor, but because of shipping. So a lot of times you'll hear that referred to as truck farming because it gets loaded on trucks and shipped out. They can't get trucks because there's no drivers to drive the trucks. A lot of your produce and stuff, depending on the time of year, will come from other countries, from other areas and shipped in. There is a huge shipping container shortage. They're not able to get shipping containers to ship stuff back and forth. Y'all remember about 6 months ago, the bottleneck in the canal that shut down the shipping lanes with one of those shipping containers. So all of that stuff is just trickling down to where everything costs more. As a farmer, as a full-time producer, my diesel costs more. My fertilizer costs more. The parts, if I can get them to fix my equipment, costs a lot more. Everything that I touch is costing me more money now. And if I am to try and stay in business, I have to charge more for my hay, for my beef, for my pork, everything. Our processor has told us that he is going to have to go up on the processing charge because of labor, because of everything. So I know there's no clear, defined answer that I can give you as to why, but I hope that I've been able to broaden the picture a little bit and show you all the little web of this big spider web, every little spoke that comes together and raises that cost. Just a month or so ago, we had a very high inflation rate. It was the highest in quite a while. I believe it was 5.4%. Folks are projecting for inflation to keep coming in the coming months. All of that is going to keep driving these prices till, unfortunately, we find kind of a new baseline and things settle out. Y'all have heard on the news about lumber being 300% more than it was a year ago. And so that's another driver in this economic engine. So, as I say, I'm here at the Waxahachie Farmers Market. Y'all are investing your food dollar in the food that you buy. I would ask that you take pride in that investment that you do, and you look at the people that you're buying your eggs, your milk, your meats, your vegetables from, and take pride in investing in that family, in that person that you're buying. Come to a farmer's market, find a family that you can shop with, that you're proud to invest that money with. Look at what they do with the money that you invest. What are they doing in the community with those dollars that you're investing in them? Remember, it's the folks at these markets that are helping at your little league, at your soccer, at your church functions, all of those kind of things. So search out a farmer's market, invest that dollar with them. Unfortunately, we're all having to invest more money in our day-to-day food. So maybe let's try and invest it in some, local folks, some families that you get to see a return on that investment. Anyways, I hope y'all have enjoyed this ag report. I hope it's been informative to you. Again, it's a very hard question to answer, but it is a reality. Y'all take care now.